Jimmy, Jimmy. That's the big one. That's the big one right there. Right there. That's him. That's him. Here he comes.
I got a snow throat.
That was gonna do it right there. Honey bun in the morning. Fitting to go on the second morning. We're gonna head where we were yesterday. And it's down the hill. We're up on top of this mountain. You can't see it right now because it's dark. We're way up on top of this mountain. And we're gonna ride down to the bottom of it. And we got a ground blind down there and a feeder. And I'm gonna tell you what, them deer pile out of them woods to get that feed. And we're gonna go back down there this morning. We were there yesterday evening, and about an hour before dark, there was about 15 deer piled out of the woods, and 5 or 6 of them were little bitty old bucks. I took a picture of it and sent it to Goat. I said, man, we got the junior boys Sunday school fellowship party down here at my feeder. And there was little bucks everywhere, and then some big ones came. Nothing that was ready to shoot. It's a nice buck, 8-point. And but we kind of hoping his big brother. It's either an 10 or 11 point out there. It's a good buck. It's a mature buck. So we're hoping this morning he'll slip out. He's been running with that buck we saw yesterday evening, so we're kind of hoping that maybe he slides back on in there this morning and we can get it done early.
Oh, Jimmy, that's the big one. That's the big one right there. Right there. That's him. That's him. Oh, here he comes. We got it. A little back, wasn't it? A little bit, yeah. That big, I think he's 11. He just came in right to the feeder. I shot him. He's 18, well, probably 20 yards. Looked like it was a little back. But I think it's going to be a good shot. I think we'll go look at the film and see. May give him a little bit of time, but it didn't go through him though. I don't like that. He ran off with the arrow. So we'll give him a minute and then we'll check the film out. Yeah. there. I think we're gonna go back and eat breakfast and give this deer some time to die. I think he's gonna be sick to his stomach a little bit. I don't like the angle. A little worried about that, not getting an exit wound. But we're gonna pray. My Lord, help us out with this one.
I'm waiting. I just got here. I am waiting for you to tell the story. I'll tell my story real quick. I had to beat him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Every deer in the field when it got daylight came for protein feeder and ate. Old Crip included. But no Hank.
No hang.
No Hank.
That 12 point came in.
Oh, he did?
Yeah. And he was at the feeder, quartering toward me. And when I shot, it ended up back, a little back in his ribs. It didn't go all the way through. It stuck on his back hip, I'm pretty sure.
Hip.
I mean, it went in his ribs here, and then it didn't go all the way through. My aluminant was still hanging out his side.
How much of it?
I couldn't tell.
Was he bleeding out both sides?
Yeah.
So it did poke out the other side.
Yeah, he's bleeding. We've given him 2 hours. We didn't even mess with him. We just slipped up here to go later and look for him.
Which way did he go?
Across the road. I'm getting toward the road. I'm guessing
Toward this road over here?
The main
the
road?
main road.
Oh.
I sent the video or the picture to Hank. I said, we praying the Schwacker does what it needs to. I was just scanning through with my binoculars, and he's laying right there. See? There ain't no stop. Holy smokes. Look at that.
I believe the Rev is happy. I see he has found his deer in front of y'all.
He should be happy.
We were hoping that's what was going to happen.
That's a good deer right there. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Well, what are you supposed to say?
Ooh, that's a domino. Domino.
You got a handful of antennas there,
Look
don't
at
you?
that.
Goodness
Hey, I'll
gracious.
take him.
I would think so.
Look at there.
I would think so.
That's a good deer.
Thought he was bigger than that.
Hey, you did? He kind of grew to me.
I thought he was bigger than that.
You did?
We were looking for him coming down. We drove in that trail. It's
Look
out
at
there
it.
about
Look, we
20
drove right
yards.
there.
And I said we could look outside the window. Hopefully we'd see him, but he just had just enough land where we could.
Hey, I'll tell you the
Wrong side of
sad
the
thing.
vehicle.
I'll tell you the sad thing. We parked the buggy right there. That's where we loaded all of our stuff up in the buggy.
And he was laying
3
right here.
hours ago, he was laying right there.
You know, if he'd have been turned the opposite way.
I seen his belly.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about when you shot him.
Oh, yeah, that would have been.
That
He'd have been in a
was a
food
good
plot,
shot.
wouldn't he? Man, that stuff is gorgeous. How many parts he got?
Well, I don't know. It looked like 12, but he got some junk. He got a little junky horn right there.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's see. 6 plus. I ain't got that many fingers.
6 and 6 is
You got
more
you.
than 5.
It's more than 5.
Yeah.
Mm.
I thought both sides
Right.
were short of this one.
Congratulations, brother.
Hey, thank you. Thank you, thank you.
Lynn said, he said, now, the Rev will find that deer. He said, we probably wouldn't, but the Rev will find him. You must have better connections.
I don't know. This deer been prayed for, I know that.
I told you, I didn't know if he was out there praying or crying early. See, he was doing both.
All right, this is, I don't know what the day is. Third day, today's Wednesday. And the Rev got his deer this morning with a lot of help from above. And maybe he can share some of that help with me. Me and Ray is going back to where we went the first afternoon when we had my shooter at about 60 yards. That's it. But we got a different wind today. We got a north wind. just get one of those deer in front of him and come up there close, I think he will. They've been coming out about 4 a little after, and Hank, what I named this deer, is coming out about 5. So we're gonna be ready for him, and we're gonna shoot at him if he gets close enough. Jim and I sitting in the blind, looking out across the food plot, wondering when the deer was going to show up. The wind had shifted today. He's coming this way. And all of a sudden I look and I said, right there, little old young buck walked out, went over to the feeder, and he looked back. Here comes his twin. And I reached down and got my release aid to put on just in case something was behind, and I went. I think they're a little bit spooky. Maybe I better put it on. How am I gonna get drawn? Golly. Well. Had Hank within 20 yards.
My disappointment level is escalating.
The camera screen looked just like that black cushion right there. It was so late.
Y'all couldn't get the light on him?
Jimmy had that light on top of the camera, but I think it would have probably showed up pretty good. I couldn't have shot him anyhow. There was so many deer between me and him. All you could
But
see
he
was,
did come to the field.
well, yeah, he acts like, I think he's a new deer that doesn't know what a feeder is. Because when, you know how a new deer will come up to a feeder the first time and they're not sure, you know, and they'll finally get the nose in there. But he finally started eating a little bit, but he was facing us the whole time. He came up just as direct behind that feeder as he could come. You know, looking around and nervous, and I told Jimmy, I'm like, if you can get a silhouette, I'm gonna shoot, you know, if I ever get a clear shot. When he gets here, you're gonna say I'm out of light and I'm gonna say tough. I can still see. And it just didn't happen. I mean, it just finally got so dark, I just said, you know, we'll just let him get comfortable eating here. I said, if he eats now, he'll feel better tomorrow about it, you know. And we ain't gonna try him in the morning either. Because he's not coming up there into some other deer. I don't want to run off a potential doe that might lead. That's what happened today. 2 little does finally started that way, and the rest of them kind of started filling in. You know. He didn't come into sight until 5:30.